something I'm really excited about is that there is more and more mail-in testing available. So when I searched, I found several companies that were doing this for all of the STIs except for scabies and pubic lice. And what I said today, but all 3 of those hepatitis too, I believe. I think it was about $100, which of course is a substantial amount of money. But it is easy that you do swabs, mail it back in, and get your results. And I think that that's really, really cool. So that is my final form of prevention. And I'm going to stop sharing. I see that I have a few viewers in just maybe a minute or two to answer some questions. Is there a way to test for HPV? So that is going to be a test that there is a swab for. A lot of places do not test for it because or at least don't automatically test for it, because it creates a lot of distress, because there is a high chance someone may test positive for it and be asymptomatic. So if you are looking for that test, it's going to have to be something that you ask for. So that and herpes are not generally a default test. In terms of oral or penetrative sex, yes, thank you, David, for adding this. I said that I need to add this, and I completely forgot. So oral sex can transmit just as many STIs as any other form of sex. And in fact, what I was just saying about the swabs, that there are folks who will get things like gonorrhea in particular in the throat, from oral sex, and they won't test positive anywhere else, and they don't always swab in the throat for it. The other thing that I was thinking are herpes. So this is something else a lot of people don't know, is that if you have HSV1, which is like a cold sore, and it's like close to 100% of cold sores are HSV1, that if there's an outbreak and that person with the cold sore is to have oral sex with someone, you can have HSV1 genitally. So traditional genital herpes are HSV2, but you can pass herpes orally to genitally through oral sex. So that's another consideration to make there. Any other questions? Oh, I can't see what others said. Was this thing? Oh, yes. Well, thank you so much. I have my contact information and my email in the beginning of the presentation. I love to get random health-related questions in my email. I definitely get some really interesting ones, and I love it. I always like, if I don't know the answer, I refer to my medical friends. Here's a fun fact. I don't know if this is fun. This one might not be fun, but it's interesting that I recently learned from one of my doctor friends and looked up more after I talked to him, is, for instance, the COVID virus can live in sperm cells for 110 days after the person has no longer cleared or is no longer testing positive on test. And so they are even considering how things like the flu and COVID can be transmitted during sex. And I didn't know that. And I learned it from asking my doctor. So if y'all ever have any kind of questions, just let me know. I love getting them. And if you need any help, get it right. Heather, that face sums that up. So I love to get questions. It's been so great to present to y'all. And let me know if there are any questions I can answer in the future. Thanks, y'all.